Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Drop. I'm your host, Paul Turner, and I break down the Christian music that dropped last week so you can use it in your youth ministry this week. And kicking off today, I want to congratulate Nick Waldron for his submission in the What the Heck is Jill Parr Looking At contest. And this was his winning photo. And as you can see here, I don't know who would win in a staring contest, whether it be Nick Cage or Jill Parr. Feel free to vote below who would win. Nick, thanks for participating. You will win not only the Jill Parr album, but you're going to win a $20 Amazon gift card. And so thank you for your submission and all of you that submitted pictures as well. So, all right, so kicking off today is I didn't have to do a lot of searching this time. I mean, there was just a bunch of good albums there to look at today. And so I get to bring you today an album from a band called Red Letter Hymnal, and it's called Reach for the Sky.
To me when the whole world is dry, I know where my help will come from. I reach for the sky.
Now I have to say, this is a quirky album because it's part EDM, it's all part dance music, and then it's part a little bit of rock and roll, and then it's part just kind of unusual. It's just a fun mix of music, all of which you could probably play on your in your youth hall. Are Happy, Dancing in Your Liberty, My Soul Longs for You. All great songs that you can crank up in your youth hall. For worship songs, now if you're looking for some worship songs to do, they also have, if you want to put together some sort of maybe just some PowerPoints with the lyrics on them, which these songs may be hard to replicate with your band, but I think they're good, is Sing with Fire and Jesus the Saving One, both of which are great worship songs. Also, I would recommend too, they do an EDM version, kind of a dance version of The One Thing Remains, a dubstep lyric video, which I'm going to put down in the show notes below there. But I also, by the way, if you don't know this, I send out show notes of all the shows to those of my Fresh Impact newsletter. So if you've not signed up for that yet, there's a link down below to get that, where I send out all my choices and how you might be able to use them, sometimes some bonus stuff. So you want to sign up for that. But in the category of Bible study, Reach for the Sky is such a awkwardly fun song. It's awkwardly in the sense that the song doesn't seem like it fits on the rest of the album because it's got this Western vibe, kind of like in Western times when somebody would say reach for the sky. Well, it's just a fun kind of riff on that musically as far as the guitar goes. Also, Silver and Gold. It'd be great for a Bible study because it talks about really poverty in the world and people how people are serving the people the least and the poorest of our world and their commitment to that. Also in the area of the arts, because Silver and Gold, you could put that together with some sort of slideshow or something like that, showing the discrepancies in the world, talking about the poverty in the world, talking about the less fortunate in the world, especially coming up into the fall season, where a lot of missions and a lot of local things with the homeless and the hungry and those who are needing, gifts at Christmas time or food at Thanksgiving, all those things. So it becomes a really cool song you might be able to use during that season. All right, now here's another artist I'm super excited to say welcome back to, and that's Reliant K and their album Air for Free.
Let your kingdom come. I believe in God.
Now, Reliant K and Matt Thiessen's been gone for a little while, but you can tell from this album, this is a super reflective, I think, mature album from Matt. If you're not aware of Reliant K through the years, I encourage you to listen to his older albums with the band because let me tell you that this album lacks nothing in the area of his quick wit and his words, or as sharp as ever, but it's touched with this reflective looking past, looking back, and having this big grown-up moment, it seems like. This is like an album that you would play while searching for yourself, while driving, across the Midwest into Montana, and finding your place and just listening to this music across the road and kind of reflecting upon your life. It becomes a very, very cool album in that sense. Now, for your youth room, Running and Mountaintop Sleeping, both of those very good songs you want to have maybe playing on your in your youth hall. Both excellent songs for that. Bible study wise, I recommend Local Construction, Man, Marigold, and Prodigal, all of which have the potential of being great resources for your Bible studies or for your messages. Local construction just talks about fixing your life, right? Talks about, all these various things that we have to fix in our life. We have things to fix around our house and a multitude of things that we want to fix in our lives. And kids are always trying to fix things versus allowing God's grace to kind of help them with things. And then lastly, there's a great song called God. Is a great song to put on maybe at the end of a night and let the kids soak it in, reflect on a little bit, and reflect on Matt's journey and reflect on Reliant K's journey. Where he's at, where he's struggling, and where he's finally come to a resolution of God in his life. And kids are struggling with that same resolution. Who is God in my life? And I think this song does a very good job of presenting that as a time of reflection for us to be able to wonder that as well. My next album is The Jam. It is going through my head, and it is NeedToBreathe's album Hard Love.
Trading punches with the heart of darkness, going to blows with your fear and gone. You're never going till it's stripped away.
I am a big NeedToBreathe fan. I love their music. Their lyrics are inspiring. Songs like, and you want to play in your youth room or on a road trip, When I Sing Happiness, Don't Bring That Trouble With You. That is just a very cool song if you like it fast and furious. Bible study wise, they have some very good songs in there like Money and Fame. Pretty much speaks for itself. It kind of has the story of this older, I don't know, I'm going to say a gangster or somebody that's been in trouble a lot, and he's really kind of sharing this story about money and fame and what it's done to his life and how he's passing along these tales and these stories to younger guys who want money and fame, but maybe they don't want money and fame. And then Hard Love, that reminds me of Hebrews 12, where it talks about God's discipline, that God disciplines those he loves. And this song and that scripture fit perfectly together if you're looking to combine some things in that regard. And then finally, Be Here Long. It just talks about the brevity of life. It talks about, it kind of reminds me of Switchfoots from my last episode where it talks about live well. That basically you're reflecting on your life and saying, look, don't be in such a hurry. Live your life well. Won't be here long. Do what you have to do today. Be who you're going to be today, and don't always dream about the future. Finally, I recommend Leeland's new album, Invisible.
The depths of my despair, under burdens that only you could bear.
And Leeland is just a tremendous band. If you've ever heard of Leeland, they're affiliated with Bethel out in California. And they just have a great album. The youth room songs you want to play, Invisible, Carry It All Away, both great songs, both great tunes just to put on there. Worship songs, which is where Leeland really shines. Perfect Love, Lion and the Lamb, Ever Love, Sun Lifted Up, For Your Glory, all of which, if you can, your band can replicate that at all, those are the songs that I'm going to be trying to work with our band. But also, there are songs there that are just great reflective songs. If you go to the Bethel site on YouTube, they have some great lyric videos that you can just play. For atmosphere, for reflection, any of those things, and they've done a good job of putting those out there for youth workers and churches to be able to use who don't have all the the abilities to be able to put their own stuff together. There also are some great Bible study songs that you can use. Number one is Invisible, and talking about the invisible God, that God really isn't that invisible, that if you look around you, He's everywhere if you're looking for Him. And then 139, Dark of Night, which talks about Psalms 139, and where can I go? Where is God? And if I go here, will He be there? And it's just a great song to really think about, our lives and think about our, times of struggle and times, where is God in times of struggle? And it's just a good song, something you can use with your kids, or you can use it to add to a message maybe you already are having. In the arts, there are two songs here that I think work well in the arts department because I think good dramas can come out of these, and that is The War and Beloved, both of which are kind of somewhat first-person stories in a sense of, or maybe second person, I can't remember which, but basically you're telling a story of both of these of Jesus and us, and how we're Christ's beloved, and how Jesus is going through this war in the garden, and both of those I think have great potential to being very good drama. So I encourage you to listen to those multiple times and really kind of catch a vision for that. And finally, for the altar time, Perfect Love, Ever Love, Sun Lifted Up, all three of which are phenomenal and make for great altar time songs. So, but that is my picks for the week. Like I said, it wasn't a very hard struggle this week to find songs. It was a great couple of weeks for music, and I know that there are other great albums coming out like Skillet. That'll be up soon, and that's it. So I hope that you have enjoyed the drop for today. I hope that you are enjoying this channel and enjoying the music that I'm sharing with you and ways that you can use it with your youth ministry. If you have any questions or anything like that, please leave me some comments down below. I'll be happy to answer them if I can about using music and media in your youth ministry. If you're brand spanking new, thanks for stopping by for a little while. If you want to be a part of this channel and be part of this community, we would love to welcome you in. Please hit the subscribe button right there, and that will get videos like this in your inbox. And if you are a regular, thanks for participating in the Jill Parr contest. Jill Parr, if you're watching, by the way, don't forget to tell us what were you looking at exactly in that cover photo that we had of you. So, but that's it for today, guys. Appreciate you guys so much, and I will talk to you guys next time on The Drop.
Been down a broken road now,